Hello everybody, welcome to round 4 with this second round of the NickFit Jund value style. I'm going to go, here's the deck list for a little bit, and I'm going to just jump right into the league. So our first 2 rounds we lost to the Oozing Reanimator deck, and then we lost to Eldrazi Post, and then we somehow scored a miraculous win against Black Red Reanimator. Let's see what our 4th round opponent has for us. I would like to play first. Oh, I see. That's going to not work. Alright, well, there will be no chat window for this video. I'll fix it between this and the next video. There'll be a little bit there poking at the bottom. Alright, we got a nice polite opponent. Always good. Let's take a look at our hand. Alright, our hand is not super awesome, but I'm going to keep it. We'll see how this goes. We might lose to something unfair. I think we're going to lead on Verdict Catacombs, and I'll just go ahead and get a forest. We'll play the vet. We'll pass. We'll see what they do. Okay, Underground Sea. Let's see if we can narrow it down a little bit more. Opponent's not going to show us any more. All right. Well, it's hard to know if our opponent would daze us or not. Let's go ahead and do that. I think what I'd like to do is I think we're going to wait till their end step to make use of this Diabolic Edict. And we'll target ourselves to sack our vet. Okay. Not the best move with a Brainstorm. If they have a fetch land, it's not so bad. If they're a combo deck, they probably would have wanted to do this on their turn, if they were on their turn too, so they could see an extra card. All right, let's see. Okay, opponent has a fetch. Okay. This looks like Grixis Delver. I'm going to do this now, that way if they have a daze, they're doing this on their turn. And it also happens before the Young Pyromancer is down. Alright, we don't have any of our red cards yet, so we're actually going to not get any of our red cards, any of our mountains. We're just going to get Forest Swamp. No need to show them that we're playing the red part of our deck. Okay. They can do that all they want. See all my lovely cards. So our plan this coming turn, if I draw a land, I kind of like Green Sun for Tireless Tracker, I think. Another probe. They're just trying to get as many of those little elementals as they can. They probably feel like they need to clock me. Okay. I still have this pulse to help gain some life back. Ooh, they're going to blow a Force of Will on this. I'm okay with that. They exile the Force. So that's 2 of them that are gone. We'll go ahead and... They're probably playing Cabal Therapy, but just in case they're playing Stifle, I don't really feel like playing into that. I also kind of still don't want to show them the red mana until we draw a red spell. So we'll go ahead and get our swamp, and we'll move on. We're not in super danger of dying at this point. Well, we're going to go down to 13 here. It's going to be a True Name Nemesis. Okay. Fairly unsurprising. So let's... So let's go ahead and do this. This way we can do the we can do a block and sack. Now, if they try to bolt the Nissa, I'm not going to flip it. I'm just going to let that happen. Well, they might waste an attack attacking the Nissa Vastwood Seer. That might be worth it, actually. Let's see what they do before combat. the opponent trying to evaluate how much damage they can get across. If all they attack with is the true name, we obviously take it, and then end of turn I'll flip the Nissa. Or I'll attempt it anyway. Alright. So we'll move on to block there. We'll block there. See if they have an effect. Alright, I think we'll go ahead and we'll do this now. And again, still not going to show them the red mana. Ah. Well, this is still fine. We'll still flip the Nissa on my turn then. It also gets them to go down a land when it matters not quite as much. Okay. Deathrite Shaman it is. Now, if we get a Toxic Deluge, this is going to be very good. Okay. One, two, it's 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So I need to cast the Pulse this turn. Okay. I think the goal is going to be to take Force of Will, because I'm still okay popping a Deed for 2. Because we won't lose the Nissa, even with the True Name attacking back, only putting it to 1. Yeah, I think this is fine. So unless they have double days, which case it gets much more awkward. So we're going to take Force of Will. They have Young Pyromancer. Okay. Okay, we're going to flip Nissa. Okay. So new plan. New plan is It's probably got to be to blow up the Deathrite Shaman, since that messes up Pulse of Marasa type things. We're probably going to lose our Nissa, which is okay. And then I think I do want to take his Young Pyromancer. I think we have enough life. Well, we can use the Young Pyromancer to block. Ooh, this is tough. Let's keep it. I don't want to pop this right now. I want a blocker. And depending on how he attacks, I might let everything hit Nissa, and then I can use the vet, pop it on my own turn to do a Force of Will check if I draw something like a Deed. All right, let's see what he comes in with. Okay. How conservative does this opponent want to be? They still don't want to risk that Young Pyromancer. Fascinating. All right, well, this is going to die anyway. They can go ahead and take a point off me. We still need to find a Deed to stabilize. Yep, there's a second Young Pyromancer. Okay. This is interesting. Okay, well, it's not going to be a force, and I can play around. I can already play around days. Now, if their last card is Fatal Push, this is bad. Alright, Polluted Delta. So, let's sacrifice this. So they might just have a land right now. Just make sure they don't have a follow-up. They have a Cabal Therapy. Okay, fair enough. Okay, well, we'll go ahead and go to the end of the turn. Just get a vet back into play so we can do some blocking. We do need to find a way to get rid of this True Name Nemesis soon, though. And we're definitely still in the market for a Deluge. Now okay, so they are going to shove. The question is, do they run Diabolic Edict? Ooh, they're shoving with a lot of stuff. Their opponent's using a lot of their clock, too. This is very aggressive. All right, well, I think we have to do some blocking. So 3, 6, attacking us for 10. I don't think I can afford to play around Bolt anymore. Definitely want to take that out. All right. This is a pretty easy Thrag Tusk. This helps reset our life total. And again, I don't think we can do any blocking. Or attacking, rather. And this, I want to make sure that I can get another experience counter on this guy. Yeah, there's obviously no blockers here. Okay, trying to get more dudes. Okay. So we're still looking at 2 unknowns and a Cabal Therapy. Let's see. I'm trying to think. What is he trying to... So he's just going to get another token. Not going to flash anything back. Name's Abduction. Okay, sure. All right. We still won't have Force of Will. I think now's a good time to get an Eternal Witness. All right, and I think we're gonna attack him with the Drag Tusk. Sure, you block that. All right, I've got 5 mana available. Yeah, we have no basics to get. Opponent's doing a lot of thinking. Yep, you got a Delver, sure. We're just buying time till we get to a deed. All right, let's see. What would you like to attack me with? Okay, I will take 3. Let's go and sacrifice that right now. Get my experience counter. All right. Forked bolts. Okay. Then let's... Okay, get rid of the forked bolts. And then we want to flip this Nissa. So we're not gonna do that yet. We need to get the Pulse of Marasa back, which can get us back the land we want. Okay. Okay. All right, so we know they have a Cabal Therapy, and we don't particularly care. opponent. So your Delver didn't flip. That's unfortunate for you. Obviously, we have no blockers. And we're going to get a Verdant Catacombs. And at this point, we can auto pass with impunity. Just going down the list. I skipped Abandon Hope and Abandon Reason. A little too memey, probably. Let's go ahead and pay our life. Get the lands out of the deck. I'd actually rather draw a non-land as it happens. Okay, let's get Deathrite Shaman down. And let's get... You see, I don't even want the Carnage to... Actually, you know what? Yeah, I think it's time to get the Carnage Tyrant. Okay, they've finally had enough. All right, we're going to bring that in. Pyroblast is good. Edict is fine. Actually, bring the Pyroclasms in for them. Carpet is good. Okay. Things that we're not necessarily going to do against them. They don't have a lot of basics. Cabal Therapy is going to get pretty bad. I'm going to take out Trackers versus them. I don't think that's where I want to be. I think Reclamation Sage is maybe also not where I want to be. The Regisaur is not great because it just runs into the tokens. Chandra might not be great. It doesn't kill the important threats very well. Well, Marin was cute. I think it's probably not where I want to be after board. Carnage Tyrant's very good. You know what? I don't actually want the carpets versus them. We can always do a game 3 if we need to, if we get to that. I think skimming a little bit on Cabal Therapy, especially without Marin, we don't need as many sacrifice outlets. Let's just try to go heavy on the Eternal Command plan. Okay. Well, this is a hand. This interacts a ton, but is very, very weak to Wasteland. I think I want to mulligan that. This one I will keep. On the draw... Sure, I'll keep that on top. I wish this was a fetch land. If this was a fetch land, then we could have gotten Basic Force to start, but this will have to do. Alright, this could be Day's Wasteland kind of draw out of them. We'll find out. It is not. Okay. Lucky Delver. Lucky Delver. Alright, so there's Brainstorm in their hand. I'm going to go ahead and go on the attack. That's fine. We obviously have no blockers. And they're going to ponder. Sure. Alright, so we're going to have access to 5 mana next turn. Let's see what we want to do with it. That's okay. We'll have access to 4 mana next turn. Okay. This is fine. Let's get in my 1. Okay. So forest is where we want to be. Actually, probably double forest. Okay. Let's play a deed out. Okay. Is there also a daze? There's no daze at home. All right. If they have another wasteland, it's going to get a little awkward, but I have the toxic deluge as well. And I'm very tempted to just run this toxic deluge anyway. Let's see what we draw. Okay, okay. I think that means, we don't know exactly what that means, but let's attack with that. Pardon me a moment, I gotta plug in my headset. Just don't want to run out of juice in the middle of the match. All right. So they're going to take that one. And this one I think we'll get Mountain Swamp. Either way, I have nothing else to do with the rest of this turn, so this either resolves or it doesn't. Okay, there's the Brainstorm that we knew about. Next turn, we're going to cast a Pulse of Marasa for that Phyrexian Tower. Ooh, or we won't. Let's see. Obviously, we use this. Swamp. Mountain. And we'll pass. We might get a timeout victory from our opponent. They're under 5 minutes at this point. Just have to keep them off of whatever it is they're doing. All right, they don't know our hand at this point, so we can let them name whatever they like. Sure. Now the question is, I think if they have a, will they throw away a Delver? Okay, they're gonna ponder. I was wondering if they would throw away a Delver to a Cabal Therapy just to get our Pulse of Marasa, since that's what's going to get us back in this game. Okay, so we've got a couple different options on depending on what we draw. We draw a Diabolic Edict. Okay. So the plan right now is we're going to get back our Veteran Explorer. And just make it harder to kill us. So he knows about Pyroclasm, he doesn't know about Edict. So if he happens to have land Young Pyromancer, he's going to be able to take our Pyroclasm. Okay. What do we want to do with this? So we got 3 more lands left to get in our deck. Okay, let's see what he does. All right, I don't need to do anything. Okay, this is starting to get silly. I still need my opponent to make a move. I don't have a. I'm not just gonna use this K command to put a vet into play. Sure. All right, and they've had enough. I don't have a win condition, but they're not gonna. I'm running them out of time. All right, that brings our record to 2-2. So we've beat Grixis Delver, and hope you join me for match 5. All right, I'll see you guys.